Hey everybody, welcome to Live Tonight with Kaio Kane and myself, David Hayes with Spartan Productions. Kaio will be joining us in just a moment. We will go ahead and get on with this thing and get this thing rolling tonight. We've got some awesome guests. We've actually got Rob Clinton from UTV Lab. He'll be in the house. We've also got Cheyenne Bullard from Super ATV. She'll also be joining us just a little bit later. We're waiting for Kaio to hop in here. He's taking care of some business real quick and he'll be right here. Get this thing rolling eventually the right way. Go and wait for a few people to join up with us. And here we go.
Ain't no mercy, ain't no mercy. Huh.
What's up? What's up? I'm back again. Let's keep this thing moving. I'm trying to get him in. He's having an issue popping up real quick, so we're gonna hop him right through here, and we'll get him back on. Let's see here. Luckily, in the beginning, we haven't hit our stride yet, but we will very soon. There we go. So he's going to be popping in just a second. All right. So let me jump back over here. We're going to get this thing rocking and rolling. So hopefully everybody's doing well tonight. We'll start getting this thing popping off in just a couple seconds. But we want to talk about all kinds of different stuff we've got going on. Let me pop him in here real quick. All right. There he is, kind of. What in the world is happening here? Kay, are you with me? Kaio's computer is currently online. Now we're just got to get the rest of them. But yeah, so we're getting going. Make sure everybody's rocking live. We got 6 people popping. You know, usually about 5 minutes in, it takes off. We go crazy. We usually shoot the moon at that point, which is kind of a cool time when it happens. Let me see real quick. Let's see. All right, Spartan. Switching over. Live. Sure. Copy. Okay. Right. What's up, everybody? I see you starting to climb in here. Okay, are you with me this time?
Yep, we in here.
All right, cool. Take over for a minute so I can get this thing rocking.
All right, I got you.
Appreciate it.
Steve. Steve Ain't Loud Alexander. Steve, I remember you from the last live. We got you. I'm going to hit you up. I got a lot of ideas. Don't forget, make sure you share this live. We got special guests coming in tonight. And this should be one for the books. This should definitely be one for the books. What up, Diana? This should definitely be one for the books. I want to make sure my Instagram live is going stream. Let me go ahead and click that. Let me go ahead and make sure that is doing what it's supposed to do. If y'all hear any extra outside noises, because I got my window open. It might be a train or two to slide through that y'all hear. But other than that, I mean, it is what it is.
Starting quick. People are jumping all over me on Messenger. Yeah, you got to fix one of them. Remind me. Go on one at a time so I know which one you're messaging. I can't bounce back and forth the whole time. we will get you taken care of. So, as everybody knows, we've got big news happening out of Fast Tracks. They're going to have a live weekend. We talked about it last week. It's going to be an awesome experience for everybody to get out there and give them a shot the first time. Everybody that's been out there already knows it's a great spot. So you should be good to go.
What up, Ray Gotti?
Okay.
Awesome.
I just got sent a message of somebody with a Spartan mask being welded together with aluminum. Looks like billet. That's pretty cool. Appreciate that. If you want to buy that, I take a extra large. I have a giant head. I'll be happy to wear it though.
Steve, all I want, Steve. This is all I want, Steve. And yes, I've had a lot of people come to me and talk to me about my canal before and after it got blowed up. But I put the money in. But this is all I want. This is all I want. I want bass, not a lot. I don't want a lot of bass. I want some bass. And I want mids. I want a good amount of mids. And I want my high end. So you can, if I had to describe it in one saying, I just want, if I hook my microphone up to it, I can stand on my buggy and perform for 20 people if I had to. If you can make that happen, you would literally be the first person to make it so that can happen. So that the artist can go here, 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 there, anywhere that buggy go, pop. Here we go. Turn up. Everybody's so like concerned about bass. Everybody's so concerned about what they're concerned about, but they have no, like, look, this is even Dave's ideas. I'm about to throw Dave's words back at him.
Oh God, here we go.
Dave's words, bro. Dave has such a good ear for music that I listen to him. And when he says what he says, I'm like, yeah, that's what I would like if I had to stand on top of my buggy and perform. This is what I would like. He's like, yeah, you need this, you need that, and it got to be set up like this. I'm like, yeah, keep going. Yeah. Like, Dave know what he's talking about. So
I think I've sold this man on all kinds of stuff. I just need you to be able to do the stuff my mind is thinking up. So as long as you're ready to take on a mission that's going to be unbelievable, you might want to put a mixing board in there, some auto-tune. That way I can jump on there and make the song good too. We can, a lot of auto-tune. We can make this thing work out.
You just need to hook up. I already got it. The live auto-tune is right there. I already have it.
All right, so guys, we're sitting at 113 people. We already have bounced up. Everybody's in. Thank you for joining us again tonight. As I said, it takes a minute. Oh, man, he's got it ready to go. All right, well, I mean, that's cooler than me. Oh, but we got that thing set to rock. So let me go ahead and bring in our first guest, Rob Clinton. Welcome to the stage.
What up, Chris?
Hello, guys. How are y'all?
Rob?
What's going on, Kane?
We got a little bit of a tradition here for the people when they pop up. So let me
I saw that.
find you real quick and see if we can just go ahead and pop that in there.
Looks like I was in there.
This is a message to all the haters out there. If you don't like what I do, but you watch everything I'm doing, you're still a fan.
I like it. You know I had to go with the music.
When they see me out in traffic, they say Jeezy on some mother. Send them player haters running straight back to the dealership. Me, I'm in my spaceship, that's right, I work for NASA. Just know that this is not a fraud. Call that my bodyguard. Call that thing your bodyguard. Yeah, that's my bodyguard. Wear a lot of jewelry. Young don't do security. In the napkin, harder than a dinner plate. If you want it, come and get it. You know I stay super straight. Ran up in my spots, and now I'm working out the Super 8. Know you hungry. Come and get a super plate. Y'all sing happy birthday. Yeah, I got the super cake. 100 carat bracelet. I use it like some super bait. I put on for my city. On for my city. I put on for my city.
What's up, Rob? How you doing tonight, buddy?
Oh man, I'm ready to put on for my city. You know how we roll.
Yeah, and like just so everybody knows, this is actually my neighbor. I mean, it's easy for me. I just went next door, knocked on the door, and was like, "Hey, bro, you want to go live tonight?" He said, "Yeah, I'll do that for you. I appreciate that."
Yeah,
Uh,
anytime, bro.
Bro. Rob
no,
definitely live.
this is definitely the man, the mission. It's the myth. He's got everything rocking. So, if you guys didn't know, this is Rob from UTV Lab. UTV Lab is the spot when it comes to getting wheels, tires, everything hooked up. He works on extremely badass vehicles. He's not gonna be your run of the mill. He's gonna be the guy that's gonna take care of the big stuff, the bouncers, the guys that want to go out there, break it, come back, do it all over again by next weekend. Man, tell me what you got going on, man. How long have you been? How long have you had UTV Lab rolling?
UTV Lab's been rolling since 2011. Um, just jumped out there. We've been playing with Razor since '08. Since the introduction and of the Razor, and it just kind of blossomed from there, man. Just we took off with it.
Definitely, man. It's definitely cool. I know you started back in the day. You started with four wheelers. You were tearing it up back behind our house. You were having a hell of a good time with it. When did you get your first actual razor, and what was it?
First Razor was '08 800.
Oh, 800. What'd you do
Yeah.
to that thing back in the day? Did you just
That
send it?
was just well, those come in only 50 inch in '08. They didn't introduce that S until 10, and which was the 800S, and that was the best thing in 2010. But I know we just did overhead stereo roofs, and we had limited wheels and stuff, that we could get, and we were running probably like 28 inch. We would probably run a 28 inch Blackwater or something of that nature.
I mean, compared to where you came from to where you are today, I mean, when I walk into your shop, I see an entire wall just stacked almost to the ceiling with tires and wheels. What are some of the wheels and tires you're putting on these buggies these days?
Oh man, we do a lot of KMC System threes. We did 2 sets of 37s today. We're doing Nitto Trail side by side tires. We're doing Metal Effects wheels, forged wheels. Lots of premium setups. I mean, just the best that you can get. We try to carry one of the largest varieties of premium setups there are.
Cool. And I mean, I mean, no lie, when I crashed my buggy in the woods at about 55, and thank God for harnesses. And I mean, I'm gonna throw it out to you, man. I crashed it. There was a backhoe, there was a bucket, and there was the rest of my grill. Even though half my buggy was pretty much ripped off, we got it out. We towed it back to your place. I had to fly out to Chicago. I was there for a day. By the time I got back, my buggy had new A arms, a new new hub, new knuckles, a new tire, new wheel. I mean, you did a number on that thing. It was back on wheels, just ready to be powdered. It
Well,
was
it
absolutely
was a
insane.
little more than that, Dave. It was a little more than that because it had to have two radiators as well.
Oh, I
Hold
forgot about
on, we
those.
not just gonna skip over the fact that you crashed something.
I've
Oh,
crashed a
dude,
few times in my life.
he got whiskeyed up and tried to jump a canyon
The
at
story gets
50,
better every time it's told.
and it did
So
not work out well for Dave that night.
for the record, it didn't used to be a canyon. It used to be flat ground. But
Well,
we've been having rainstorms, and I hadn't been back there in over a year. And I was going about 55, 60 miles an hour. I stomped it. I get down to the bottom. When I stomp it, of course, the buggy raises up, which means my lights raise up. Well, that's about all I remember until I stopped moving.
He
And then
tried
I
to
had to take the walk of shame for about a half a mile to get to my buddy's house to make phone calls to get the thing out of there.
get past the part, Rob, where he crashed it.
yeah,
He just slid it
if,
through.
there's a term called reversing the negatives. It's one of his favorite usages.
Remind me to preemptive strike the negative next time, and
You
I don't
got to
have to hear
think
this story all the time.
we've been neighbors for quite a while, and
We have.
Dave kind of got in the group, and we had a neighborhood of 12 razors. We had a bunch of land we could ride, and we were wilding out every weekend. What really kicked it off for me was I was noticing we were out riding late nights, and people were breaking axles or this or that. And I'm like, well, shit. I think I can put some on the wall. So guess what? I got the parts. We're gonna go fix this shit right.
Let's do
Believe it
it.
or not, hey, I started out in a little utility building with my toolboxes with a chain fall in front of it and would fix buggies. And I would cover it with a tarp in the rain and fix them.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's when I whacked my knee out one time when he brought somebody over and had it stuck rear axle. And we did the whole wrap it around with a toe strap.
Mm-hmm.
Got the axle out. About blew my
Yes.
knee out too. I mean, that was back in the day. I mean, that was when we were just twisting. I mean, the first razor I got, Rob and I got that engine out in less than an hour. First time we'd ever taken an engine out. We had that sucker completely out over to my buddy's shop, ready to be rebuilt in less than an hour. I mean,
So y'all took an engine out and almost had to take his knee with it.
no, that was a separate time.
Yeah. Yep. Definitely. Yep. Good times.
Oh hell! So I mean, there's something that you're getting into now that's a little bit different. Not everybody's able to play this game because not everybody's selling as much stuff. They're not able to get to that level. Copart and you have become best friends. You move more buggies than anyone I've ever seen in my life. You're like a freaking dealership. You'll take a
I went.
buggy, it'll come off the trailer, it'll be trashed. You'll take it, look at it, figure it out, and in an entire month's time, how many buggies are you taking from the deathbed back to living and putting them back in and being sold?
If I can get them fast enough at the right price, I'll do as many as we can if we have to work late or whatever. But uh, I mean, we probably average 5, 6 a month as far as like ones we're going to rebuild
Okay.
and make a solid unit.
And I know
You
you're
never
getting
know
into
what's
the
coming
other side.
in.
I noticed you're getting into the other side of the game. That was one of the reasons you originally started it. You've kind of getting into the used razor parts game. Not a lot of people are doing that. I know you've got plans for that. What you got on the horizon for the used razor game?
Well, what I have on the horizon is I have a parts group that's very strong. It's scammer free. It's monitored by me and a super strong group of guys, NCSC UTV parts. And that's with a Z, guys. Make sure you jump on that. But my plans are we're actually going to take that name and make that our. We're looking at some land and storage facilities for salvage units, so we can have a larger variety of parts for Can-Am X3s. We're going to specialize UTVs. I'm gonna stay away from the ATVs. The UTVs are my thing, but we're gonna have used parts inventory that's going to be phenomenal to help guys out as far as getting parts fast. We've got it. It's on the shelf. It's tagged. It came off of this unit with this many miles, and you know what you're getting.
All right. So I'm actually sharing this to your group right now so they can actually catch the live and get that thing rolling. So bear with me while I'm talking to you. I'm sharing this thing all over everywhere. Remember, guys, while you guys are in the comments, we got 115 people watching right now. Hit that share button. Let everybody know that we're here. The more people we get here, the more stuff like this we can do. The bigger names we can jump in here. Eventually, one day, it's going to be you on here we're talking to. If you're that serious about the off-road world, we're going to give you an opportunity to jump in here. We all started somewhere. I mean, realistically, I started with a four-wheeler, a Kawasaki Bayou, and then a second Kawasaki Bayou, then a 900 that we built to the hilts, then a Turbo Razor. I mean, you just keep going. Then we built the Turbo Razor. You just keep doing what you got to do until you get to where you want to be. So, again, we're joined right now with Rob Clinton from UTV Lab. Kaio's in the center. I'm over here being ugly on your right hand side. We're gonna go ahead and talk about some other things too. Like Coparts is doing his thing, but not only are you doing that, but you're actually starting to sponsor some race guys. Who do you got on the table right now for racers that you're actually sponsoring?
Man, I've got some great guys. I've got Mr. Adams out of Rock Hill, South Carolina. He's racing a bunch of short course and GNCC stuff and cores. I've got Josh Allman out of Missouri. I've got Joe Paul. Only sends side-by-side videos. If y'all don't know, checking my man out. He goes buck wild on some hill climbs, which they all do. Riley Pete, Dirty South Motorsports, guys, check them out down in the Georgia, Alabama area. these guys are doing some wild things with these buggies.
And again, before you got rocking with this, you were really just a rider and an enthusiast. And since then, you've had an opportunity to ride all over everywhere. What are you going to say some of the best places that you've ridden in the country when it comes to riding side by sides?
Some of the best places I've ridden, man. I know Windrock strict on the alcohol, man. I really like Windrock. I think it's a great riding. I love Royal Blue, Tackett Creek, and sometimes the best adventure is the one without a map. You go out there and just find it. But
So
West
Indian Mountain comes
Virginia,
to mind.
huh?
So Indian Mountain comes to mind.
Indian Mountain is the people down there are absolutely wonderful. Everybody helps everybody. Um, just a great crowd. I'm so thankful for what they've done for me as far as that Georgia Clay Off Road group. They're very strong down there, and they've made a lot of things happen for me with my business and helped out. With the swap meets, and we all get to sponsor and throw our name out there for some of these race events. And Indian Mountain's just been a pleasure to work with. And if you guys are ready to test those machines, Indian Mountain, Alabama's it's going to be some serious terrain, guys. You can go up there and really play hard.
Yeah, you actually invited me down there. I took the cameras. We went down and checked it out. I mean, we went to the Coliseum. Now you better strap in and get ready. To get to the Coliseum, you better go a couple miles. And the signs are not going to be obvious. Follow the crowds. Go where you're going to go. You're going to see all the cool stuff. With that being said, they have a Coliseum. That's where the rock bouncers go to play. That's where the regular side by sides jump up and have a good time. And then we've also got the big air contest that they've got there, where you've actually got Carter Off Road. That man's doing huge things. That's one of your guys, I believe.
Yep. Levi, he's a super great guy. I met him years ago when he was working with L&W. And just a ton of great guys. Levi does big air. BJ broke loose this year with that backflip contest. That was a big thing. And they've got that new woods course down there as well. It's a super fast one. They actually use it and run it at night, which makes it very competitive.
Now, I know one place that you rode that you told me I've got to go before I die. You went out to Moab. Tell me what Moab was like.
Moab, Utah is one awesome experience. You can get out there, you can get sand dunes. You can get a taste of some red rock, some crazy hill climbs, some straight vertical stuff, and it's just amazing that the terrain out there, the way the machines work and bite on that stuff. Can y'all hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you. We're just letting you roll. Kayla's
Yeah.
dancing or steering a buggy. I can't really tell what's going on.
Yeah, Kyle, he's
like
wheeling
Rob.
it, man. Yeah, but Moab is
Hey, look,
definitely an excellent experience for any rider.
I'm throwing Rob under the bus. He likes to.
Yeah,
He does have a tendency to let rubber hang right in front of my house often. My neighbors think that it's me every time, but it is not. It is not me that's doing it.
It's Rob.
This man's been doing it for years. At one time, we had the same colored buggy. At one time, I got a knock on the door from a gentleman with a badge. Would not believe that my buggy was not here because it was currently in a different shop getting worked on. So yeah, no, Rob has come to an age where now he sells the parts. Every once in a while, he's gonna cut loose. You get him in the woods, he's gonna have a great time. His crazy days are still with him, but not nearly as bad as it used to be when he was a little younger. Let me throw him under the bus a couple times. West Virginia, when I ran out of gas going down the steer climb, but we somehow made it to a gas station in Bluefield. Still don't know
Oh
how
yeah.
we did that.
I can see it on his face. It's on his face, bro. His face. It screams. Hey, I used to do a lot of crazy. But you know what? I made it to here. That's what Rob's face is.
Oh man.
I mean, being in the game for as long as you have with the side by sides, and I mean, I'm not lying when I say the man used to study the side by side game. I used to go to his house and he would have a stack of magazines about UTVs. He would literally just be reading articles about UTVs all day. He would be on the forums just bugging the hell out of everybody, disagreeing with everybody about everything. No, man, this is better. I tried it. I broke that. That's not any good anymore. I mean, that used to be his game when he first got going. But because of that, the guy's super knowledgeable about what's happening in the game. Where do you see these side by sides going in the next few years? What's going to make this game a whole lot better?
Well, I can already tell you where the game's going. The game's going to solid comfort. It's going to be expeditions and defenders. The new Polaris Expedition is going to change the game. There's going to be kits out there to give that thing a suspension and comfort, heat, air condition, power windows. It's going to drive towards comfort. The manufacturer I think the next big thing is going to be the manufacturer that puts out a heat, air, power window unit with turbocharged 72-inch. That's going to be the one that changes the game.
So here's the ultimate question. Are you gonna roll in and get the new X3 with the new X3 suspension? Or are you gonna stay clear of that sketchiness on the East Coast?
I mean, there's going to be guys out here doing it, but no, I mean, if they want me to build one, of course, but I'm going to stick with I'm strictly sport, dude. I got to haul the mail.
Gotcha. Well, man, who else? I mean, you've been doing business with people all over the Southeast for quite some time. Here's a chance. Make sure you get a chance to shout out to everybody. I mean, you have a long, long list of clients that you work hand in hand with. Mention some of the names that you've been working with recently.
There's so many. Recently, I got on with MTS Springs. We've been doing a lot of their setups on some of the shop builds we've been doing in the shop. But I mean, there's just so many people I could shout out to. You, of course, early on helping me shoot some ads and stuff. If it wasn't for you, that helped me kick things off way back in the day. There's just so many, dude. I'm just so thankful. Customers, just everybody. Just try to be supportive, positive, and support all these other local shops. If you got a guy that's local to you and you feel like he's doing you right, man, just try to stick with him and see what he does. Make sure he takes care of you.
Definitely. And I mean, loyalty is everything in this game. I mean, realistically, if a guy takes care of you, take care of your guy. Make sure that he's good. Don't try to go every 5 seconds and find the lowest price, because I promise you, you're going to get the lowest service quality. Those parts, if they're not installed correctly, will not work in the long haul. And that guy's not going to honor that warranty. I promise you. I've been there. I've tried it. We've all done it. Learn from our mistakes. Go to a guy that you trust. Work with that man. And he will show you the way to have a buggy that will have all kinds of cool stuff. And he's going to introduce you to things that'll make your buggy better as time goes on. And it's a whole lot easier trusting somebody that's talked to you for a while, done business with you, done you right. When they bring up an idea, you're a lot more avid to do it. And when you do it, you're going to love the results.
That was, hey, Rob, that was so smooth. That's the, hey, you want to go on a date, Dave? That was so
No, I'm good,
smooth.
thanks.
That's the smoothest I've ever seen him. That was fire. I have nothing to say. That was fire right there.
The biggest thing I try to preach when they come in the shop is, I want you to be in a dependable machine, and these are the parts that I have tried, and I know they are dependable. If it's not dependable, you're going to throw your hands up at that side by side and say you're done. So I want to put all of my customers on the most dependable products that I know that I've used and it worked. Otherwise, it's going to put me out of business if I don't put them on good stuff.
Yeah, most definitely. And I mean, you've been in the game for a minute when it comes to the side-by-side game. The side-by-side game only had 3 years ahead of it before you joined it. So that should tell you where you're at in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm sending Cheyenne the link right now. We're going to bring her in here in just a couple minutes. Anything else that you want to add to the mix before I bring her on stage?
Well, let's do it. Bring her on.
She's coming.
Super ATV.
She's signing in. Super ATV will be in the house. We'll do it right. We'll send her off with a video. We'll kick this thing moving. Or a discount. You get a discount for loyalty, as in if you keep coming back, they're always going to take care of you and make sure you're getting a good deal. Promise you.
Absolutely. I have a ton of customers now. They don't. A lot of my customers don't even ask. They just say, "Get it."
Yeah.
Get it.
Kane's having a ball with it
Kane's
tonight.
having a hell of a day.
I know. I'm still geeked off of how Dave said that. I just need to put a beat behind it. That was crazy.
You know, I can't do it twice, so what you got is what you get. On that note, I want to introduce to everybody Cheyenne Bullard, Super ATV rep for North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia, if I remember correctly, at least part of it. Thank you so much for coming on. We got, as I said, we always have a bit of a tradition here when we hook somebody up and bring them in for the first time. And let's go ahead and get that out of the way real quick. Let's go.
Now I ain't got them diamonds on me like they claim they do. Now I'd rather wear camouflage and go check my traps. Now I ain't riding in foreign cars on 22. Now I'm rolling something that'll run over there. Yeah. Now I ain't buying expensive things to impress you. Piling up my money in the shit out back. See, I am what I ain't, and being me is all I do. All I do, all I do, all I do. Yeah. Where I'm from, what could you come up by working hard? Ain't no skyscrapers, traffic or boulevards. Just pine trees, mud holes, and rusty cars. Good times come in a case of clear jars. See everybody trying to paint us with the same brush, but we ain't just slow. No. See, we can put it in high gear around here if we really got somewhere to go. Got somewhere to go, got somewhere to go. Oh yeah, we got guns, but we ain't trying to shoot no one. We just like to hunt like a bloodhound on a fresh trail of a shot one. Shotguns ain't snub-nosed, they're full-grown like a bulldog that was raised on gunpowder back home. Y'all listen to this song. Woo! Now I ain't got them diamonds on me like they claim they do. Now I'd rather wear camouflage and go check my traps. Now I ain't riding in foreign cars on 22. Now I'm rolling something that'll run over there. Yeah. Now I ain't buying expensive things to impress you. Piling up my money in the shit out back. See, I am what I ain't, and being me is all I do. All I do, all I do, all I do. We ain't the same, but it ain't just cause I'm insane. We got rap influences, but I got holy water in my veins. I'd rather be in a field than clubbing with the gang. You can find me on the lake before you found me anything. You can find a dog box with tracking collars on top of it, in the back of the whip with the whip antenna above it, running 90 to nothing, chasing them puppies. Damn it, it's lovely, just another day in the country. We out watching the sunset, ain't no building blocking our view. Midnight around here, got an old lady, but never called her my boo. Yeah, I wear my Georgia boots, cause it's too dirty for Jordan shoes. But it's cool, I'll do me, you do you. Now I ain't got them diamonds on me like
Hello.
What's up? What's up, girl? How you doing today?
I'm
Tonight.
good. I'm good. Hope everyone else is doing well.
Definitely glad to have you on. As you can see, the comments are going crazy. Everybody knows your name. It's like you've been doing this for a minute.
It's been a while. It's been a while.
So,
yeah.
tell me, how did you get into the ATV game? I know you've been doing it since you were little, but
Yeah.
tell me your story. Tell me how it all got started.
So we've pretty much had 4-wheelers our whole life. My grandma and grandpa had like a farm, and so but it wasn't like produce to sell. It was more so to sustain our family. And so we used them on the farm. It was easier to tote stuff, carry stuff, just using them back and forth. And then after, working the machines and stuff, we actually got to ride them for fun. So you'd see 4 kids piled up on a Bear Tracker 250 going down the dirt road as fast as it can go, which is probably about 45. Because again, it was a 250. But yeah, that's how it started. And we just pretty much rode for the rest until, I mean, there hasn't been a time that we haven't. I bought my own first four-wheeler when I was 16. I bought a 450R back when four-wheel drive quads and side-by-sides weren't kind of the thing that they are now. It was more sport quads. And I was torn between a 450 and a Raptor, and I was like, a 450 will beat a Raptor out the hole. I was like, so I'm gonna go that way. I had that for a while, and then kind of slowly converted to the four-wheel drive side of things. I got a Sportsman 800. Did not like it. I think it was the biggest pile of trash I've ever owned in my entire life. And I sold it. And on the Craigslist ad, I put that on there that I hated this thing, and someone please come take it for like $2,000. And someone did, like the next day. I was done with that.
I'm not gonna lie. I've been that guy. I would have been that guy that would have been like, ooh, $2,000. I can save it. I can make it a good four-wheeler. Like, I don't have those kinds of relationships in my life with people, but with machines, trucks, side-by-sides, four-wheelers, they're just misunderstood. Give me a chance to love it right, and it can come back and do its thing. I've failed so many times.
I feel that too, but it's not with that specific four. It's probably with Gen 1s. I got a thing for Gen 1s, and like I see them and I'm like, oh, like the little birdie meme, it's like, I'll take care of you. That's what happens. I'm just like, I'll take care of you. I got a sweet spot for Gen 1s. That's why I still have mine. I can't, it's hard to let it go. I can't.
Well, it's better than the Gen 2s. Are you talking about Gen as in Dodge?
As in like the Can-Am, like the Renegade.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking like Gen 1, Gen 2.
Oh, sorry, yeah, no.
She's a Cummins girl. I didn't know this.
I do like Cummins though.
You do like Cummins.
The engine, not the truck.
I was gonna say, be careful of the Gen 2 transmissions because they're just it's not worth it.
Oh, no,
everything else about it's great.
Whoa. Y'all know we got people that don't understand what is going on.
Right, you want to play in the off-road world, you got to understand how the game is played. You got
to have the truck to haul the stuff. You got to have the truck to haul it.
All right, you got to explain it. If people that don't know, they just don't know.
That's right.
All right, well, Steve Loud is ready to build himself a quad. So this is going to be the girl you want to get with. I mean, honestly, she's going to point you to the right vendor. She's going to make sure that you're taken care of. I mean, I might know a couple people, just hint, hint, nudge, nudge. But I mean, realistically, I mean, you've been in the game for a long time. You played with it. You've done some racing in the past. I know that. Tell me about the racing experience. I know you've been a mud girl because you're from the East. The East doesn't do the hills. The East does the mud. What was the racing experience like on those big suckers?
It was fun. I did a couple of bounty courses at Fast Track. So I did a couple of bounty holes. That was back again in like the small tire class, which was 32s. Didn't have anything for the big tire, but it was
tiny,
fun.
32s.
Yeah, 32s are tiny now. Like if this was 08, 010, this 32s were massive.
Just so y'all know, I run 32s on my side-by-side, and I'm pretty happy with it. Not the size that matters; it's what you do with it. On that note. So you did a couple bounty holes. You started liking it. You started loving it. When you're like playing around with four-wheelers and stuff, did you go, man, maybe I should take this thing to the next level and see what kind of business opportunities exist for me? How'd you hook up with Super ATV? I guess that's the question.
So I kind of did. Like I was pretty much riding every weekend or every other weekend at parks and stuff. And then I was like, I really enjoy this. Like it's fun. I like learning to work on stuff. I like learning about different machines. And again, the market was exploding at the time. And so I just started recording like little snippets here and there and stuff. TikTok wasn't a thing at the time. Instagram didn't have reels at the time. So I just uploaded stuff to YouTube, just here and there, just like random videos. They were absolutely not edited. Like I just recorded it and then I uploaded it, like the bare minimum. And then they started gaining traction and people started liking it. They would comment, they would ask me questions and stuff. And it kind of grew from there. And I just continued posting on YouTube. And then I started posting more on Facebook too. But then eventually, like, I got to the friend request limit. Like I'm at it right now. Like they're deleting from requests now. And so I was like, I need a page so people can like still follow me and stuff without having to be my friend. And so I started to slowly try to convert everything to there. That way I can still have a broad audience and it won't be limited to just the Facebook friends. But now you can just follow people.
Yeah.
Again, back in the day, that wasn't an option.
It's actually made life a whole lot easier
Yeah.
because I don't want to see your 50,000 pictures of your cat.
Yeah.
So it's really cool that you guys can still reach out. We can talk. You can see what I'm doing if you're interested, and we can keep the thing rolling. I send Rob another invite because he just fell off. But so yeah, we've got the thing rocking. You're with Super ATV now. What does your day to day look like? Like where do you go? What do you do when you're with Super ATV?
So typically, my day to day is I am driving in the egg because that's what I call my car because it looks like an egg. And I visit all my dealers in South Carolina and Northern Georgia, and so I try to make a pretty much a big loop and then come back around. And during the week, I bring out if I've got new samples, like I just got the new Phoenix axle. Last week I was in Georgia showing pretty much all the dealers I could on that route the new axle because it's really big, really beefy, like super nice axle for $300 with a 3-year warranty. You cannot beat it. Cannot beat it.
3-year warranty.
Yeah.
Now, who makes that again? Well, who is that?
So it's the Phoenix axle from Assault. Super ATV owns Assault.
Okay.
But it's on the website. The axle shaft's bigger than a Rhino 2.0, and it has high
that's what I
temp
run.
in the CV joints. So if you've got high speed riding, you're rock bouncing, your axles are pretty steep angles. They get a little heated. It's the axle.
They have a tendency.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rob's back.
My apologies.
Rob fell off.
I had a phone call come in and it screwed everything
So
up.
Rob, there's a new rule if I bring you on live. Your phone has to be put to do not disturb. Do not disturb is your friend. It'll make your phone stop ringing because I have to do it every time. Otherwise, someone's gonna call me and say, "Hey, bro, you're live."
That's not a part of my life. Do not disturb.
You only have one job.
I'm sorry, Kane.
So we were talking to Cheyenne from Super ATV. Cheyenne, so you were saying that you make a roundabout trip. You said you go down to Georgia, make your way back through South Carolina, move your way back into North Carolina. Tell me some of the guys that you talk to on a daily basis because I saw one of them pop up. You know BJ, I know BJ. BJ Buckingham, and Rob knows him. I mean, it's a small world. Those guys are awesome. They showed me a whole lot of love when I went down to Indian Mountain. Big shout out to that guy, great guy. Who are some of your top reps that you need to give some love to on here?
So the top reps
that you have underneath you.
So typically, I would say like some of the top dealers.
Sorry.
Would say, no, it's all right. No, it's really
I'm learning the lingo as we go.
Like, it's all right. But I would say some of the top ones are BJ does a lot. BJ does do a lot. He does a lot of axles and stuff. He sells a lot at events, a lot of belts. But let's say L&W is one of our top dealers. They do a ton, which they make a lot of their own stuff there. It's a super cool operation if you get the chance to go down there and see it.
I've actually toured it, pictured it, and videoed it there.
Yeah,
it is a cool place. They've got some sweet machine work there.
They do. They do a lot of stuff in there. And make magic happen down there. It's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears going on. But they make some nice cages, radius rods, a lot of cool stuff down there. Chet and Taylor. You guys are y'all were doing great. But they sell a lot of axles down there. They sell a lot of Kellers, a lot of our winches as well. And if you get a chance, you can stop by and see Side by Side Connection. That's their retail store too. So you can get in there. You can see they've got all kinds of stuff. Max has got a bunch of stuff on display. It's a Side by Side candy store for adults. You go in there and there's stuff everywhere. And you're just like, wow, like stuff you don't even know is an option. It's a great place to go in there. And you will come out with stuff that you did not need, but it was really cool when you liked it. So you got it now.
Definitely worth it. I think on your way through, you're gonna have to stop by sometime and say hey to Rob, see what he's got going on in his shop. You make a mission. Let me know when you're swinging through. I'll stop by to say hi. I only have to go like less than a 16th of a mile to get there to say hi, so it works out pretty well for me.
Right.
But definitely cool. So a little birdie told me that birdie might have been Rob that you guys might be running a sale till midnight tonight.
So there is a sale going on. I haven't checked the website today. They do random sales all the time. I'm not gonna lie. Let's see. But there's a sale going on, and you should actually call your dealer to find out what the sale is, because we have monthly sales every month, and so your dealer knows what's on sale and what's not on sale. Rob, he knows. He knows. Tell
Well,
people.
no, I'm not going. I'm not going for that. I'm not going.
No, she's taking care of her
Not
people. That's
going
how
for
her
that.
people make money.
That's right. Yep. Yep.
Listen.
Definitely.
That's loyalty. That's huge.
Yeah,
You-
that means
Who
a
are the
lot.
dealers? Like,
You go to a dealer because you go there, you tell them what you do. Like, I've got this machine, I do this, this, and this. That dealer's like, okay, you do this, this is what's going to work for you. Because they've tried it, they've tried and true, they know what works, they know what doesn't work. And so they're going to go ahead and get rid of all the other stuff that you were probably going to try out that won't work, and save you time and money and research, and just say, this works, we've seen it, it's proven, it's tested.
Let
This
me
is
let
what
me
we
pause.
do.
Let me pause for
Thank
1
you.
second. Let me pause for 1 second.
Y'all do
Kaio,
that.
hold
You
up.
see how she just put that? You see how she just said that? For
That's
somebody
nice.
that don't know anything and got into off-road, that's how you say it. Like
Okay,
she
now
just
do
said
me a
it.
favor. Mute your computer. I need you to mute your computer. Whoever's got a computer in front of them, make sure
That
that
is a
sucker's muted.
professional salesperson.
That is
I'm
a
muted.
professional
My-
salesperson for definitely. But I need them because I got a whole lot of feedback going on. I need to make sure everybody's computer is muted. That's not we're using it for their live right now.
My computer, I'm not using it.
Okay, one down, one to go.
I'm muted.
Okay. All of a sudden, we're not getting any feedback. So somebody might be telling a tall tale in school. But I'm not gonna dwell on it. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna let this continue because this is actually an awesome conversation. Maybe it's me that's got the feedback. I am gonna exit and I'm gonna come right back. Ko, do your thing, bro.
It wasn't me. See, why they always got Rob? Why they always gotta blame me?
Oh yeah, you always saying it wasn't me.
It wasn't me. Now hold up. Now I know I'll be turned up, I'll be lit, but it wasn't me.
I'm gonna power my computer down just so make sure Dave doesn't have any issues.
Yeah, we went through through some technical difficulties with Rob earlier getting him set up, but he's rocking and rolling now. So I mean, I know we're all over the place. It's hard to keep a train of thought. Welcome to ADD. We all have it because we probably all love side by sides and things that go fast. And oh yeah, there's something shiny over there on the left.
Let's go.
So tell me, you're doing all this, you're working with this. What does Super ATV like? What is their mission? Why is it whenever I Google any part for a side by side, any part for an ATV, they're the first ones that pop up? How did they do that for so long?
So that is the magic of SEO research, and the team that does that, they're amazing and they are on top of it. But Super ATV, a lot of people think it's this big corporate company that just orders stuff and we don't make stuff. I actually just came back from headquarters last night, but people would be amazed at the stuff that we make here. Just like it's the whole operation is so efficient and nice, and it's the video that you edited.
Uh-huh.
That's literally what it looks like. There's people like all kinds of people working in there, and they're all doing all kinds of stuff, and it's just so cool to see how everyone's just coming together to make stuff for people to go out there and have fun and enjoy the sport, really. But Super ATVs for 95% of the market for people that just eitherwise they just need to get it back and running. They want to upgrade, they want to go big, or they want to ball out. We've got a variety of parts to fit those customers. So
Cool.
we've got your budget friendly options, and then we've got your billet bling. I don't care what the budget is. Like, you want it all out. We've got everything in between.
Definitely. Definitely. And I mean, you've been around. So I mean, you've seen so many different parks. I know it's me. I got the feedback. You've been to so many different parks. Tell me what your favorite place is that you've been to while you've been touring the southeast and all over everywhere. While I jump off and jump back on. Somebody give me the cliff notes when I return.
That's a tough question. That's more of a loaded question. Like each park, I have to say, each park is different and unique in its own way. I don't even know if I have like a favorite park. Like I really like to go to all of them. I don't.
All right, so I say this.
What's your favorite?
You already know what my favorite is.
Let's go.
I'm a newbie. I'm a newbie.
Let's go. Let's go.
Look. I say this with the most love in my heart for all of you guys. There are people who want to get in, but everybody's so incorporated into this community that the people that want to come in don't understand anything.
What'd you think about Whalesville?
I was one of them, Rob.
What'd you think about Whalesville, Kane?
Whalesville? Nah, I already knew fully what I was doing by the time I got to Whalesville. Nah. It's more so like a bus stop.
All right, we're gonna try something real quick. All right, Rob, say something.
Something.
All right.
A whole bunch of people tell me about Cheyenne. I heard a whole bunch of names, but I'm just somebody that bought an ATV and got into off-road.
He's a rapper on a Raptor.
And I later became that. But what our job is doing is to guide people in. Like they gotta know stuff. Rob.
I missed it. There was some kind of feedback coming through there.
Rob.
What?
I was muted, so it's not me.
Look, hold on.
All right, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take turns popping off and popping back on. Kaio, pop off, pop back on. Cheyenne, please do the same. If you need the link again, I will send it right away.
All right, let's see.
All right.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Oh, it was Cheyenne.
Damn.
All right, that makes more sense because I've been trying everything. Oh, there it was again. I don't know what's doing it. That is some weirdness. Hey, say something.
Something.
I think it was Kaio.
You don't know. I think it's just mixing up because you got 4 people on it.
We've had 10 people on and never had an issue.
Well, try again.
It is what it is tonight. We'll play the game. She's gonna pop back in. Kaio will pop back in. And we'll see what we can get out of this.
There's 114 watchers on this thing.
That's I told you. We do pretty good numbers. 116 now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he probably needs the thing again, so let me send that over to him. It wouldn't be technology if we didn't occasionally run into a problem. Let me add some people back to the game.
Yo.
All right. Yo. All right.
Speaking of technology and problems, Dave, how about electric side-by-sides and ATVs?
I don't know. Super ATV got
How
parts
about
for
the
that yet?
EV world?
So I've
heavy.
seen the Kinetics do burnouts in the dealer's parking lot, and they will leave some. They'll
Was
leave
it-
some logs.
And were you able to sneak some video of that? Because I want to see.
I did not. But next time I go back,
Oh.
I'll see if they're still there. But it was they were about 20 feet long, the tire marks with the Kinetic, which is like the Ranger EV.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Dave, was
Oh yeah, the new Ranger, the Ranger EV.
Yeah, it's torquey. It scoots.
How touchy is that throttle? Did you get to drive it?
It's touchy. It does not feel like a utility machine when it goes. It feels like you're in a sport machine.
Okay, so if you were trying to rock climb, would you end up on your lid pretty quick, or do you have control on that throttle?
You would have control on it. There's like a learning curve to it.
Yeah.
But it's like if you get in it and you treat it like a ranger, like the rest of the rangers are, you'll be in for a surprise.
Okay.
Like you'll get in there.
I might be a little nervous to go into deep water with it, but
yeah, I don't know about all that. Those batteries, that whole like under things, like
yeah, we know that you don't add water to lithium fire because it doesn't do good things.
right.
So, but other than that, I mean, it could be an awesome experience if Polaris is watching. I'm not talking trash. I love you. I drive a Polaris. I'll take sponsorship anytime. I would prefer a 2024. Whatever you got that's the fastest. I will make you look good. I promise. We'll take it somewhere crazy. We'll get some beautiful pictures, some video. We'll definitely make it rock for you. We're actually really excited because we'll be out in Oregon the end of June. We're going to Coos Bay. Have you made it out to Coos Bay yet?
I have not. That's what is that? UTV Takeover?
UTV Takeover is having us out. They just approved our media passes.
That's a big event. A lot of drag racing.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Big sand paddles and whatnot. That's a lot of big horsepower X3 stuff out there.
Yeah, we're gonna jump some razors or Can-Ams, whatever comes first. We're gonna hop in them as soon as we get there. Go tour, go see what it's like. I'm gonna go beat on somebody else's stuff for a little while. It should be a good time. I'm gonna see what the insurance qualities are. Try not to roll it. Try not to find that ditch that didn't used to be there. There will be no whiskey deep, for the record.
You have a history, Dave.
I might have a history. I know how to break everything.
I've heard.
Learning.
Yeah. Don't let me borrow your stuff. One, I'd never ask, and two, you never should. Because if I go down, I go down. It is what it is. It gets fixed within a couple weeks. Whole new engine, often. We like to blow our stuff up. We like to give it way more power than it should be able to handle.
A little too much happy juice.
I like the skinny pedal a lot. It's always been my friend because when in doubt, throttle out. That does not always work, by the way. But it sounds really good. It's a great idea when you're going until it's not. So, I mean, we've got two experts in the ATV UTV world sitting here in front of us. If anybody in the audience has any questions about anything that you guys ride, anything that you guys play with, right now, I mean, this is your greatest chance to ask some questions. Somebody's going to be able to direct you into the right direction. When we're talking parts, both of them are definitely knowledgeable in the game. I mean, unbelievable. Just, we had a bit of a lag, so it takes a minute for those comments to kick in. Is KO muted? Oh,
no, he's reading and lip syncing it out as he reads.
No, I muted my mic so that y'all would know that it's not me echoing.
Now y'all know how he sings on stage.
You tried it with that one.
That's on the love. Hey, that's on the love.
You tried it with that one. That's not the case. But I muted my mic so that y'all know that it's Dave that's echoing. It's his mic with the feedback.
Hey man, I use your video. I mean, I use your audio in some of my stories and stuff. So don't even try that.
You get a copyright infringement?
No.
Dang.
You ain't on that level yet, but you will be if you keep hustling.
I gotta keep hustling then, because I'm not.
You're gonna be like, hey man, you gotta at least let me play that shit. Hell, I've been there since day one.
Hey, you have been. You really have been. You have been.
Oh man. Let's see. Somebody needs a steering rack for a Maverick Sport. Kristen.
All right.
Let's see.
Got a 2019 Maverick.
I thought we were doing something different than the daily grind.
Rob just opened up his laptop real quick.
I recommend the Rack Boss 2.0 with the greasable access.
So actually, it's not out right now. They're working on it. But it will be coming out. You can, with the factory rack, you can take it and adjust it. I don't know if yours is completely gone, Kristen, or not, but you can take some of that slack out. But if it's completely gone, yeah, you need a new one. And typically they need a brace because they flex a lot in there. The Can-Ams do, and if you brace it, it kind of helps it some. But is it completely gone? It's completely gone. Okay. So I know OEM. Rob, do you know of any other aftermarket company that has it right now? I just know OEM.
19 MAV Sport. I would probably go OEM, but you're going to have to go. That may be a hard one to find a brace for. Even I know Hess is, they do all the X3 stuff, but they may make a brace. I don't know if that maybe you could jump into the mud side with maybe Moorhead having a brace or something like that.
Yeah, I think Moorhead has a brace, or TCP, one of them, for that machine. And I think it's the same rack as the Defender. I think I could be wrong.
I know the Defender does not like long travel on the rack side.
The Defender racks don't like anything that's more than 65 inches. They're just like, no.
Bro.
They're not.
Bro.
So Kaio and I are going, yep, yep, okay. We got nothing right now.
I'm here to do what I'm here to do, bro. Look.
Are you passing out shots already?
Y'all got lingo that y'all are talking, and there are people that's watching that just bought something and don't know what we talking about. Like, what's a rack? Where's the rack? Is it the backside? Is it what's going on?
You're staring. Kristen's probably like trying
How
to steer.
How good do y'all think it will perform?
Everywhere.
I don't know, but I want to know how she just got fireworks behind her.
I don't know either. I don't know what was going on. I don't know what I did. Let me see if I can
That's pretty awesome.
That's what you need.
Yeah, do that again, because I mean, it's not happening for me.
It's not happening. I don't know.
If it's going to expand and if it's going to grow, then that lingo and knowledge needs to be taught to the people that don't know.
Most definitely. I mean, this is a spot where it's an open community. Everybody can learn something as we go. I just learned that maybe a Defender and a Maverick can share a rack, so that's good to know.
They probably do. It's probably just like the tie rods that are different.
Yeah.
Can you interchange the tie rods? Are they twisted on, twisted off?
All
right.
If it's a crazy lifted machine, I don't know if TCP's making a rack for that one or not. But that would be a great option. They're super strong.
Yeah, they're very strong. They're lifetime warranty. They're what, $1,000?
They are pricey.
Yeah.
But there's one thing about it: you can buy nice or you can buy twice.
That is true.
Buy once, cry once.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm still trying to figure out this thing. I'm nerding out trying to figure out how to make the audio better.
It does work. It's
there it is.
Okay.
Oh,
all right.
Wow.
Right.
That is cool. I don't know if mine will do it.
No. It must be because this the old iPhone. This the new one. Hold on. This the new one.
Oh. Now I want to know what other stuff we can do. I didn't even know that was possible.
I can't do it on this one. Y'all got me on that one. I can do it on this one though.
Hey, I'm just saying you got to get on our level.
I'm on it. I can do it on this one.
Oh man. So a question was asked a little while back. I heard that you told me that you finally got in the side-by-side game again. What do you have that no one has seen yet that is coming out very soon?
I picked up an X3. I haven't really posted much about it. I did teaser videos if you watch my stories. People who watch my stories know, but I haven't posted anything just in the feed. But I picked up an X3. It's a XMR, of course, because I need the snorkels. but it's not right where I want it to be. I'm working on getting it street legal. I've got my turn signals on, my mirrors, windshield wiper, the whole shebang. Got to go to the DMV, do all the fun paperwork stuff.
Get your 59 RV and you'll be good to go.
Yeah. But I'm excited. I haven't decided if it's going to be completely trail or mud yet. But once I ride a couple times, get a feel for it, if I like having on the road or not. If I do, I'll keep it more trail friendly. Probably won't go over it. But if I don't like the highway, I'm probably going to put it on portals. And then just, go from there.
Hey, Cheyenne, do you have your phone
Back. Give me 1 second.
I'm actually doing it from my laptop.
Okay.
I've got both my phones.
2 phones.
This is me during the week.
Rob,
Dealers are
you gotta
calling.
catch up,
I'm
Rob.
like, yes, we have that in stock. We have that in stock. Yes, I can order those today. That's it. And then I got GPS directions going off too. Like it's busy.
I know.
Phones, Rob. Catch up, Rob.
What?
You need 2 phones, Rob.
I got 2. I leave one in the dresser drawer.
You know what?
You know what? When it's time to go on vacation, I put this one up and I get it out.
You
have to. You have to.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You gotta have some peace time.
You do gotta.
You gotta get some relaxation.
This is one of the busiest industries with phone calls.
It is. And I have to say, most people break stuff Friday night and Saturday night. So
Sunday morning.
Yeah. Sundays, they call. Mondays, it's
Thursday.
It's a hotline.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Friday, it's everybody's got to have it before they go ride. And Sunday, it's what they broke.
Okay.
Monday, you got to fix it for them by Friday so they can go do it again.
Yes.
All right. So I tried something. The Pro whatever. I've got the newest one, the 15 Super whatever Max thing. I restarted the whole phone, and I think some of that feedback might have gone away a little bit. Wow. There we go. I'm facing it away from the computer. Everything should be good to go. It's a little quieter. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties was on my side all along. Dear Lord. Gotta love technology. Kristen swamped her phone and her side by side. Yeah, I've been there. Kaio's been there.
I ain't swapped my phone though.
Your ringer
It's
doesn't
always
work.
good to see your phone floating in the floorboard of the Razor.
Yeah.
You gotta have life. You gotta have life.
My phone was fine, Rob.
You got it.
I just want the Polaris right. New Year's. That just happened. That just happened. On the power line to West Coast.
Sorry, we've never had this much trouble with feedback before, so I don't know what in the world is going on right now.
Blame it on the rain.
They might be. It's got to be something.
It's static in the internet.
I'm blaming it on you, Rob.
I'm used to it.
I turned on echo cancellation. If you guys go to your settings, if you go to more down at the bottom and click that, go to audio, it should give you a chance to turn off the echo cancellation. It's about my last option to figure out what's going on.
Surprisingly, mine was already off. Did not know that.
Okay. Somebody just did something because this is the best it's been all the time.
I turned it off on mine.
Okay.
Rob's been holding out. It was Rob.
I should restarted my phone. I've been in and out. I've been all over the place trying to figure this out.
Kelly Kale says it's Kane.
I think it's Kane too. Usually he's got some kind of software hooked up to something on something, some mixing board somewhere. All of a sudden he's like 6 pitches higher than he normally would be.
It's probably some kind of feedback from them psychedelic lights in the background.
I was gonna say the lights going off in the background might be interfering.
See how quickly we turn on people?
Kane says he's being nice.
It's
You got
not me.
10,000 cords by you too, apparently.
It's not me. Yeah.
Definitely.
man.
If you guys are just joining us, I know people hop in and pop out all the time. Kaio Kane and myself, David Hayes with Spartan Productions. We've got Cheyenne Bullard in the house from Super ATV. We've got Rob Clinton from UTV Lab in the house. We're chopping it up, having a good time, talking a little trash, mostly about the KO's psychedelic lights and how they give feedback to everybody. But we're having a good night tonight.
That's cold, bro. Everybody still be on the bus. We did how many lives? Never had this problem. Y'all just threw me under the bus. All right. I get it. I feel it.
Feedback is terrible.
That is the worst feedback I've ever heard in my life. KO, go to your thing and hit the echo.
No, all right. I got you. Hold on.
That's better. Whatever you're doing right now is so much better. Just get really close to the camera.
I haven't done anything. All right, I'm gonna do this.
All right, here's the ultimate question. Does anybody have any feedback?
I'm clear.
Do you think it was because he was like so far back? Maybe.
Maybe. I usually does it and doesn't have any issues, so I'm not sure what in the world's going on. But it is nice to not hear my voice because I feel bad for everybody out there because, man, I don't sound good.
Okay, we got a parts question. I'm gonna jump on that.
All right, go ahead.
So we got Chuck. How do you pin?
That's Chuck Melton. I got him. He's pinned.
So can someone explain the difference between OEM and aftermarket axles and what's the best? Okay, Chuck. So typically a lot of OEM manufacturers want the axle to be a weak link. They don't want people to, break their diffs or transmissions and stuff, which is smart. But then also if a lot of people break axles, then the OEM companies make a lot of money because you're breaking a lot of axles. Catch 22 there. But they've gotten, I will say, OEM axles have gotten significantly better in the past 4 years than what they used to be. Like the Pro R has the biggest OEM axles I've seen on a machine. Like those things are massive compared to like what came on a Razor 800 in 08. It's completely different. Like you could probably put 2 Razor 800s together and it'd be the length of one Pro R and the size. And then aftermarket axles, you've got cheap ones. You can get a $50 axle. And I mean, you can go all the way up to like Turner's. I think they've got like an $850 option now. So if you want a cheap one, you can get it. But again, a cheap axle is a cheap axle. It's made with cheap stuff. It's not going to last. And it's going to break. And then with the extreme ones, a lot of bounty racers, people who do bounty courses, people who do like Ultra 4 races, they want the $800 axle, $900,000 axle because they don't want it to break. And again, with those axles, those will cause your differential or transmission to break because it moves the weak link from the axle to the more expensive part. So you have to be careful.
I would definitely rather crash an axle than my diff or my transmission any day.
Right. And so there's a good, I would say the best ones are in the middle. And so like our Rhino 2.0, I think that is one of the best axles on the market. Like even before working with Super ATV, I think it's one of the best axles on the market. You get an 18-month warranty. Tell me what other axle does that for $200? Crickets. Like just crickets. And I mean, the thing is, it's not like you break it once and you only get one warranty because a lot of other people do that. You can break it on, they will warranty it only one time. And after that, like you're just done.
Oh yeah.
You can get a
And I'm not
2.0.
gonna lie, I'm the man that tried to go with the cheap axles back in the day. Every chance I got, and I bought so many axles, it wasn't even funny. When I switched to the Rhino 2.0s, I've had nothing but success. Everybody knows I was running when I first built everything, and it was rocking. We were running 300 horsepower to the wheel, and those axles didn't break. Every other one of the axles, as I slowly changed them out, finally I just said screw it, put them all on, got them set up. I've never really had an axle problem. The one time I did flip and I went bad into a creek, I shot, I was 15, 20 feet up in the air and I came down on my roof. It's because my front axle snapped. So when those wheels kicked in, all of a sudden I went straight vertical and I was in the air tall enough and long enough that I was able to shut my buggy off before I hit that water. So
Wow.
I can tell you, axles do make a difference. You don't have to go crazy, but if you go with the Rhinos will serve you well. I've never had an issue ever since, and I've been running them for 2 years now on axles, and that's huge for me. I've never made it over a year with any axle I've ever bought.
Does that answer your question, Chuck?
I hope it does.
I mean, I'll talk about this all day long, night, the next day, and the next day, and the next day. I mean, I don't want to.
Now we're glad to have you on because I mean you've definitely shed a light on some stuff, and I mean that's
Oh
kind of the
yeah,
reason of this whole thing. I mean, as we're doing our stuff, and this is a community, and we're giving everybody an opportunity for them to come in and do things and see the people. We try to bring the best people to the table so you can get the best options, so you can be educated when you make your next purchase.
absolutely. Super ATV's up their game a lot in the past 5 years. I'm gonna say drastically
I
with the
agree.
development of the Rack Boss 2.0s and the 2.0 axles and their A-arm quality has really came up a lot. I noticed their radius rod, their bushing materials, um, they have really upped their game a lot and staying on top of the latest and greatest of what's coming out. Super ATV's always been on top of the game as far as having a windshield out for the brand newest of the new that's just been dropped. So they they stay on top of their game. And them teaming up with Assault and Keller, or actually, I don't know how all that went, but that was a buyout deal or something. But either way, it's working out great. We use a lot of Keller products here. We've got a lot of customers that are starting to use those new. What is that? That's the Assault axle. What's the number on that thing?
MAN
Cheyenne.
223.
Yeah, the 223. I knew it was something like I can't remember them all the time.
Just call it the Phoenix axle. It's a lot easier. The 223 is kind of like an army thing.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, they
The
and then
223.
what other brands was it? It's MB Court and maybe another brand that you guys have acquired.
So Super ATV acquired. We've got G Boost and all the clutch kits, all their belts,
Yeah.
springs, weights, all the fun stuff. So you don't burn belts.
Did all that convert over from Rev 1 now and it's all going to be G Boost?
Yes,
Mm.
that's what they're slowly working on. Just converting it all to like the G Boost name brand. And then we acquired Assault as well as Keller too. So we've got all of those.
There's one other brand that you sent me a picture of, Peace something. It
G
was
Boost.
red. No, it was G Boost, and there was one other one. It was 3 letters, and it was in the
GDP.
video.
Oh,
GDP.
yeah.
What is GDP?
So that's gear driven performance. That's what our portal, like, kind of is what it's named after. Like our portal, I guess, brand line. Just because like they're gearboxes. But that's what it stands for. It's GDP. It's a gear driven performance. And portals, again, it's like a lift and a gear reduction all in one. Instead of, I always tell people, like, again, back in the day, like 2012, 2015, if you get a Razor and you want to put 35s on it, you'd have to pull your transmission out, put a gear reduction in it, put it back in, for mud tires at least, not like, trail tires and whatnot.
Depends on the size you want to play with.
Yeah, to not burn belts, and then you do your lift kit.
A lot of
Man,
guys on the trails now are running 35-inch tires. So a
right,
lot of
right.
guys, because they don't do the portals because it doesn't work on hills. It'd be a little sketchy. So a lot of guys are still doing. I know Rob does a ton of gear reductions.
Hey,
What's up?
what's a portal?
A portal. So a
Hey,
portal gives
you're
you a
about
lift.
you're about to get one of the best explanations of portals if y'all two will shut up.
Y'all know what?
What do
Give
you
me
mean?
1 second.
Hey,
I'm
Rob,
going to
what
go
do
to the
you
car. I will
mean?
be right back. I will
All
be
right,
right back.
do your
I've got
thing.
something. I've got something.
What do you mean?
She's got a portal in the trunk.
I do. I've got one in the egg. I've got one in the egg.
All
I'll be
right,
right
let's
back.
see. Let's see what the portal looks
I've
like.
seen this portal demonstration, guys, and I'm telling you what, this gal right here is a portal expert. And I've got so much good feedback from all the other guys in the shops that I deal with from her. Super ATV made a great choice of putting her down here, and just because of all of her knowledge, you know, with the portals and all the different things, and the gal has really. I remember when they first brought her on, and I'd talked to her at an event or something, and I can tell she has really studied that product line hard in the past couple years she's been with them, because I've been watching some of her videos and explanations and stuff, and she does an excellent job of explaining the Super ATV products to customers.
That's why I said what I said, Rob. If someone has some money and they get into off-road and they hear y'all talking, they might be like, what's a portal?
Well, you're
That
about
can
to see
happen.
one.
Y'all can get to going and just know what you're talking about, but somebody that want to get into it don't know.
When you enter this live tonight, you have entered the portal of portal explanation.
You are about to be educated on the whole theory of gear reduction
No, you
to the
can't do
wheel.
that. It's one of two things. It's one of two things. Either you don't want or it's growing. If it's growing, people are gonna get in that don't know.
I
Well,
think
about to.
Kane, did you quit smoking cigarettes?
Rob, like, hey, let you know. So tune in.
We are definitely putting you back on your phone for lives from now on. You are definitely going foot live from your phone. Because we have never had an issue before. You've always been the one that had no glitches.
Who,
It was me
me?
that would glitch up. No, not you. You're good. Something's going funky with Kaio's world when it comes to this microphone tonight.
I've been fine. What's going on?
Oh, you saying Kane's not using his phone tonight? He's on his laptop, and that's messing it up.
I'm on my phone.
You on your
Oh,
phone? I ain't got nothing, man.
I'm definitely on my
so
phone.
do you have to resend an invite when she comes back on?
I probably have to check and make sure when she's there. She is. All right, just add her to stage when I notice she pops up. There we go.
Back from the egg. So I'm trying to figure out how to like show this to
Show
you
it.
guys. So this is a portal. I can't put it on the table because it's like super heavy.
You should pick it up and demo it. You always in the gym.
I know this thing's. I can't like hold it there for forever. But this is a portal. So
how does a portal work?
So you get your axle that comes in through here, but it comes in on the backside. Comes in through here. You put your axle nut on, and then your output shaft is going to be basically where you're going to mount your hub, and then your wheel. And so this is a 4-inch dual idler, so you'll get 4 inches of lift from here to here, and then you'll also get the gear reduction. So it's 2 birds, 1 stone.
So what's the ratio on the gear reduction on that portal?
This one, I believe, is a 30.
Okay.
Now, does 4-inch only come 30 in dual option and 6-inch, or is it in both?
You can get 15, 30, or 45 in the duals on the 4s. Well, no,
on the single idler 4, you only get 1 gear option.
On the single idler 4s, you can get a 15 or 30.
Okay, so it is dual as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can get and then
dual gear option.
Mm-hmm. And if you go to a 6, you can get teens 30, 45, and 60.
Now, isn't there an 8 or 10-inch portal now?
So there are, we make their production 8-inch portals. PATV has custom one-off 12-inch drop boxes.
Phew.
But those are like, I think 12 to 16 grand to set, and they really don't sell those publicly. Those are kind of like for their race team personally.
Personal use.
Yeah, that's for their race team.
Yeah.
But you can order 8-inch portals. And the 8s are missing no meals. Those things are like, the duals are like 70-ish pounds each box.
That's incredible. So, a question that I have: so, the bigger the portal, does that allow for bigger the gearing, or is it just the same package in the portal, just going on a different size in between?
So, like,
that's your lift height.
Okay, so it doesn't, that lift height doesn't expand in width as well, so you don't have bigger gears turning into a bigger reduction.
So if you do get like, you mean like width? Well, like,
Yeah,
what Rob said is like,
so you've got your height, your 4 inches,
Yeah.
your 8 inches, your 12 inches, or however you break it down.
Mhm.
When it goes longer, does it also go wider? Do the gears get bigger?
So if you have a 60% gear reduction in a like 8-inch single idler beside a 45% gear reduction in an 8-inch single idler, the 45s are skinny. They do.
Okay.
The boxes do get bigger to acquire the extra size of the gear. Like, if you, like, I can look at most portals and tell what gear reduction they are. Except for the duals. They get a little tricky on them in the 6s.
Gotcha.
But, like, the singles, they're pretty easy to tell.
So are you with your X3 that's coming out, are you gonna portal it, or are you just gonna roll straight?
I'm not for sure. If I like how it does being street legal, I won't. But if I'm not really happy with it being street legal, or I'm like, this kind of like, I'll just drive the truck, I'll portal it.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Like, I've been street legal since October when it first went legal. I was one of the first ones in the state that went street legal. The 45 mile an hour game, the 35 mile an hour game. Don't worry about that. Stay off the expressway. I could say I have or have not been on the expressway once. But I'm telling you right now, there's no car in a quarter mile that will ever touch your Razor or your X3. You will find so much fun.
I don't know about that.
You'll find so much fun when it comes to tearing up the roads on the side by side. It is an experience of a lifetime when it comes to that. And I'm telling you right now, everybody and their cousin. The only negative you're gonna run when you're on the road is everybody tries to get really, really close to you to get a better view of what you're driving, and that kind of sucks because you're like, bro, just get away from me. And that's one of the reasons you'll find the skinny pedal when you launch off the red light. But you'll have a good time when you do it because you're gonna leave everybody in the dust. Because I've done Ferraris, I've done SLKs, I've done all kinds of cars I've raced, and I've never ever been beat. Now in the long run, they're gonna take you.
Yeah.
The only downside to that XMR, I think it's speed limited to 65, unless
I think she can get a tune on it.
Unless there's a guy that can plug up to it.
You know I'm not going to keep it stock. I'm keeping anything stock.
So what stage are you going to go? What stage are you going to go on it?
I'm torn right now between Evo and Wallen, and I've been doing as much research as I possibly can, because once I go all in, I'm going all in whichever company I decide.
I run Evo. I run Stage 6. I run the Sandcrafter Big Turbo. Now that Wayland's doing their thing, I'm not gonna lie. I have been looking over. They make some hot tunes.
They
Yeah,
do.
I'm running Wayland on my Pro R, and it was pretty impressive. But I'm fixing to go to Boost on it.
What size turbo are you slapping on that thing?
Um, I forget what model. It's a Garrett ball bearing, but I forget what size it is. If I did remember, I may not tell.
So what kind of boost numbers are we talking?
I'm going to run probably low boost on some pump gas. With that Pro R motor, it's not really piston forward boost, so probably stay on a low boost situation. Around. I don't think we're going to be over 13 pounds.
Okay. Well, it's still fairly impressive. I mean, what's a stock razor running on boost?
Um,
A Pro
yeah,
R turbo.
stock XP turbo stuff, 17, 18 pounds.
Okay. But you
Yeah.
still got 4 cylinders versus the two rocking. So I mean,
Yeah,
that
and
looks
I start with a little more horse too, so
yeah,
it should be
a
on
little
pump
raunchy.
gas. It should do like 335 on the tire.
It's not bad. I'm definitely I'll definitely know because I'll see brand new tire tracks all over the neighborhood. So I'll know when you upgrade. If I'm not here, if I'm at work or something, I will know. Everyone will know.
The whole neighborhood will know. They'll know.
You have no idea. Like
It's so
we live literally on the backside of Crowder's Mountain, so like when it comes to like all our neighbors have side by sides, and everybody gets a hair every once in a while, and you just hear whop whop whop, and they go around the block. Now our block is 3-4 miles, hard snake turns. You can go up the mountain and down the mountain if you want to, the whole 9 yards. So we can always hear. Like I'm pretty sure everybody knows if I'm late for a photo shoot, and I decided that I think my odds of not getting pulled over in a razor is better than the truck. Because when I go up the mountain, I'm giving her hell with that Evo Captain's Choice.
That's all you hear coming down the mountain.
Oh no, I'm going to stay on the throttle. There's no blow off going on. I
No
know how
more.
to take those curves. We can slide those curves. We've been doing it for years. When you get your buggy set up to run, we'll have to jump out on the road and go have some fun. Because I'll take you to some
Definitely.
places. I'll take you to some fun train tracks that you can get some nice air on. There's all kinds of cool stuff. I think I've got video of Rob taking air on a couple of train tracks, and I've got one in particular where if you hit it, you can ride for maybe a 16th of a mile on your rear wheels. It just lands
Oh
perfectly.
wow,
You just ride the wheelie and pray to God nothing's coming.
that's
But
pretty
it's
cool.
it's it's good times. It's just a little sketchy the first time you do it because you didn't really quite know that you were going to land like that.
Yeah, wheeling a side by side is a little different than a four wheeler. A
It's
little
uh,
different.
it's fun though. It's like kind of like a sand rail, except there's cars that you have to watch out for. Definitely, and again, we appreciate you coming on. If anybody's just joining us, I see the numbers fluctuating like always. I've got Cheyenne Bullard from Super ATV, Rob Clinton from the UTV Lab doing his thing, and we appreciate you joining us. We've been talking about all kinds of stuff. We just did a whole explanation. Actually, Cheyenne just did an entire explanation on how the portals work, how the reduction works, why it's a great idea for you, so you don't have to reduce in your transmission. You can just purchase a bolt on and let that sucker sail. Kaio is having some technical difficulties tonight. So this is it's a little different. I'm gonna try to steer the ship the best I can.
He's probably outside.
He might be outside at this point. He's going, I need a minute. I need to collect myself and figure out what the hell is wrong with my technology.
He's
It
making a
happens to the
remix back
best of
there.
us.
That's what it
Oh, is
is.
that?
He's recording a new song.
He
He had to
might
go off
be.
real quick.
He's gonna drop a beat. It's gonna be a slam on all of us. Mostly me for screwing with his lights. I mean, I know it's coming. I can't battle rap, so I'm gonna tell
Me
you right now he's gonna win. But I'll get a Ghost Rider. I'll pull a Drake. I want to find somebody to write for me.
Mm-mm-mm.
Terry said he's definitely outside. Wait, so y'all say you ain't far from me? No, no, sir. We're not far from you at all. That's why I was you at Shady Side when I sponsored the event for the photography for the truck jam. If you guys ever get a chance, I know Rob's been there. If you ever get a chance, go to Shady Side Drag Strip. We do a huge truck thing. We get Rudy's Diesel in there. We get trucks from all over the north and southeast come together. And the burnout contest is epic. People buy whatever they can get from a junkyard. They fix it. They tune it. They put the exhaust to the ceiling to try to keep it away so the turbos stacked on top of each other don't burn up. They still do, but and then you'll see somebody with a NOS tank just openly spraying it into the intake, just because you got to do a little more boost to it. And we blow stuff up, and it's usually a pretty good one. We have a couple $1,000s on the line for the burnout contest, and whoever wins pays for the junk they bought at the junkyard. It's definitely a cool experience if you get a chance. Oh man. So, ladies and gentlemen, I very much appreciate you coming on. Don't feel like you have to hang forever. We're looking at 9:35 right now. You guys are welcome to at 10 o'clock. We will switch over. We will do the after hours show where anything goes. We will bring everybody up on stage, and we'll have a crazy time. That's kind of when the doors come off. Rob, I'm gonna make sure to knock off your streaming at that point, so the heathens don't take over your lives. And Facebook doesn't stop you from doing one again. I've been blessed. I've been happy. We've got the rules down fairly well. It gets a little sketchy sometimes, but we've done pretty well to keep the craziness out to a minimum. But and hopefully there will be more car audio guys on here, not just me. Well, you don't want to be the only one. I mean, you got the marketplace right now, bro. All you got to do is just show up, sell everybody, throw your business card out there, and say, "Come to me. I can build your stereo system." This guy runs 100, I think he's 165 decibels in his Gravedigger truck. It's just nothing but speakers wall to wall. The windows just look like water as they're going. The one where the girl's hair is like frizzed up and like to the ceiling.
Yeah.
That's what that guy builds. He builds incredible stereo systems. I'm always scared to have my cameras near it when I'm filming it because I'm always wondering if you're just gonna knock my camera out. So far so good. We've had a good time. Brooke Strickland, I'll be in the morning. What? Okay. Christians, we have a lot of conversations that happen within the comments that aren't even directed to us.
David, you should definitely go to that car audio competition. That's right up your alley.
Yeah, you definitely have to come down. I mean, Steve can definitely put you in the right direction. I know he's been running. I think he's run nationals a couple times, and it's pretty cool. And I'm trying to still beating on my phone, trying to make it stop do stupid things.
Gotta love technology. Gotta love it.
158 decibels last year is what he had. That's pretty impressive if you guys have ever played with the sound systems. So with that being said, what kind of sound system are you putting in your buggy?
People laugh at me because the only sound that I have is the sound of the engine. And that is enough music to me. Like, I enjoy whatever, like on the Renegade, I enjoy the exhaust. On the X3, I enjoy the turbo.
Okay. What you gonna throw the blow off valve and
yep, I'm probably
gonna get your charge tubes rocking?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get something super obnoxious. Just because
Bikeman is the loudest blow off valve ever made.
Just the loudest possible. Because it's music to my ears. And it makes me happy. So I'll probably get, the exhaust. So right now I've got the RPM cut out. So like you press the button and it's straight pipe, and you press the button and it's stock. And that's pretty loud.
I've got the captain's choice with the push button, and I do enjoy that. When I suddenly find myself where I probably shouldn't be, I can just turn it down and go hit that hill I shouldn't be on, and then go back. And then once I hit the road or wherever I go, and I press the button, and my hideaway plate goes away, and I'm back on it. That's when we let it eat again.
Right.
You got to get a hideaway plate, by the way. They're awesome. Just a little push button. It just comes down, screen goes over it. You're good to go. You don't want to get your license plate muddy, so the cops will know where you are when you come out, and then they know you're supposed to be there. But while you're in there, you don't want to get muddy. So just hit that thing. Don't worry about anything. The fact that I have a wrap and a giant stereo system, and there's no chance I will ever get away if somebody describes my buggy, and that I often shoot for SWAT, and all the officers in Gaston County have been in my buggy. That doesn't matter.
They all know you. They're like, "Oh, just leave them alone."
No, I get a call. I get a talking to. I get a stern talking to, and I go, yes sir, okay, no problem, buddy. I appreciate it. I must have gotten lost, and I'm back. I'm back on the road now. 35 miles an hour, no faster, no double lanes. We're good to go.
Nothing.
But yeah, no, I mean, I could talk about side by sides all day long. Man, I have a hell of a good time with them. I mean, Rob, he's one of the ones that got me into it. I mean, I basically moved into an area where, like, the first time I went to one of their events, I'm on a four wheeler and there's like 30, 40 side by sides, and I'm like, dude, there's like a $500,000 sitting here in side by sides, and I've got a four wheeler, and I'm doing my best to keep up with you guys. And then as they started beating up the trails, it was like, nah, no more four wheelers, because every time a side by goes to the top of the hill, you know they kick out sideways, and then they go over the lip. When you're on a four wheeler, you can't make that turn and keep the throttle in it. Not as well when you're vertical and you're about 60 feet vertical. It's not going to work out for you. I know,
It's
because I flipped
sketchy.
them backwards.
It's sketchy.
A little bit. So if you don't portal it out, have you been to West Virginia? Have you ridden West
Yes.
Virginia yet?
Yes.
You plan on taking it out and letting it really eat?
Yes. I plan on once everything's done. I want to make a trip this year. I want to make probably like 2 trips up there this year at least. I got a lot of stuff on my calendar this year in a lot of different states. But I definitely plan on taking it out to West Virginia a couple times before I do any drastic. Like, if I decide to do portals, I'm definitely taking it out there before that. Definitely.
Okay.
But I think, I think I'm.
So are you? I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish.
Oh, no, I was just saying, I think I'm gonna hold off on the portals till I like know for sure. Because once I go in, like, I'm all in on it. Whichever way I go, I'm gonna go all in on it.
Okay. Well, are you more of the outlaw trail girl, or do you stick to the tame trails of the Hatfield and McCoy that's been groomed?
We did both. Me being from the mud, though, I didn't do the crazy stuff. You know, I'm like, that's a little steep there, boy. Like,
there is a lot of that.
I will watch people do it. But yeah, some of those, the tougher stuff, I'm just like, you can have that.
Some of the times I wonder how I make it up. I'm usually following somebody because they know where they are and I have no clue where I am. And I'm just thinking to myself, well, if they did that and I just follow that line, I should be able to pull it off. And with the turbo, you just got to remember, keep in it. So the the lag doesn't knock you down. As long as you throttle through, you'll be fine. Pop it a couple times and don't let that boost build, because she will like to stand up on you a little bit. I've learned that lesson a few times. And take off that front sway bar linkage so you can actually drop into where you need to drop into.
Yeah. It's already it's gone. I've got A-arms, I've got killers, I've got the radius rods, I've got the roof, windshields. I've done some stuff, not like a lot, but I've done some stuff.
I'll have to start watching your stories, because I mean I didn't know that. I didn't know you were doing full on.
I drop hints on stories. Like, if you really follow and like you watch the stories, I drop hints on what's going on, and then I'll post like on the feed. But I drop little teasers, so little crumbs.
Definitely, we appreciate it. I think Kaio might be down for the count. I don't know what's rocking with him. He may pop back in a second, but I think he is having some serious technical difficulties tonight. It's bound to have happened to us sooner or later. We live as we go and we learn as we do it. So it is one of those experiences. This technology has allowed us to be able to stream across so many platforms at once. It's not even funny. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube. Rob's got his stuff going. It's getting into the groups. Anybody that hits share, wherever that goes and pops up, people can see it. When they comment, we can't see where they commented from, but we can always see the comments on our screen and try to read them out to everybody else. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think this has been it's been a great time. I appreciate y'all coming on. Thank you so much, Super ATV. Thank you for allowing me to steal some of your video and showcase some of the stuff that you guys are doing in your plant. Rob, UTV Lab is always going to be a place that I'm going to go to bring my stuff because you've always taken care of me. You've always been a great guy on it, and you've always shown me new products that I didn't even know existed. So again, I want to thank both of you for jumping on here. You guys are welcome to hang. I think we're going to put a pause on this for a couple. Let after hours kick in. I'm going to try to get a hold of Kaio and see what's going on with him, and we will knock this thing and keep it moving from there.
Thank you for having me, Dave. I appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you very much, Cheyenne.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me as well. It was a blast, definitely. Hopefully, Kaio can hop back on.
Most definitely. You're always welcome. Anybody that pops on once is always welcome to pop on again. And you can always jump in at after hours, but may God have mercy on your soul.
I got to get into bed. I got to get up. I got business to handle tomorrow.
Yeah, I might come on for a little bit, but it's getting close to my bedtime. I got to get up, go to the gym, and then start answering dealer calls.
I understand. I actually missed the gym this morning, and I've been a little ticked about that all day. But I had to get some stuff done. I gotta go take my truck back for some transmission work, and yeah, good times. So clutch sensor decided it wanted to make it stall on me from time to time, and we can't have that because when I have the camper and I have the trailer and the side by side, I gotta get to where I'm going. So in the off season, everything has to be repaired.
Yeah, I feel you on that. I just had to replace the turbo in my 250, so
yeah, that doesn't sound fun at all.
It was not, but it whistles now. So.
Hey, good. Okay, what kind of exhaust are you running on it? Turbo back. I took a guess.
Yeah, 5 all the way back.
Same here. Nice. What year or what engine? That's the better question.
6.7 Power Stroke.
Okay, I'm running the 7.3, so I can't go wrong with that.
I really wanted a 7.3, but at the time, people were asking the same price for a 7.3 as like the 6.7, and I was like, "There's 20 years difference in these trucks."
It's a great investment. It will always hold its value.
Yeah, they're really good trucks. I really wanted either wise like the 7.3, like a crew cab, long bed, or like the Excursion, but it was so hard to find a 7.3 4-wheel drive Excursion that they did not want $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 for. Like it was so hard.
Yeah. Now they had that in a 6.4, 6.0, and then the 7.3. The 7.3 is like the unicorn.
Oh wait, you've got this gas 7.3.
No, I don't have a gas 7.3. No, I got a Power Stroke.
Okay, I was like, wait a minute. Okay, my bad.
No,
I was like,
God, no, I can't do what I do.
She's talking about the new gas 7.3.
Yeah,
I'm not sure about that. I'm not a big gasser when it comes to trucks. I've had them. I need to tow. I own a landscaping company. I got to get equipment to where it needs to go.
Yeah,
and I don't want to pay for that fuel mileage. Diesel's bad enough.
Yeah.
When I roll in, I'll be rolling Dirty Max.
Oh yeah, you got yourself a new one here. She's pretty.
Yeah,
somebody did a good job on that lift. I got to give it to them. A lot of times you get into a lifted truck, she sway. That thing is perfectly set for the road. I was actually pretty impressed with that when I rode in it.
Oh yeah, it's nice. BDS is a good setup.
They make very nice lifts. Very nice, like top notch.
Most definitely. Well, again, I know I can get sidetracked all day long. I can keep you guys here all night just keeping asking you questions. But I very much appreciate y'all coming on. If you want to jump back in for after hours a little later, you're more than welcome to. We will definitely keep it rolling. I'm going to try to reach out to Kaio and figure out what's going on. And we'll get this thing rocking.
I'm out of here. See y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Later, y'all. Love y'all.
See